On Wednesday, March 28th, Georgia Southern University welcomed former New York City Mayor Rudy Guliani. Giuliani spoke to the crowd concerning the topic of leadership.
The vast majority of you are students. You're beginning not your lives, you've already lived a pretty decent portion of your life, but you're beginning your careers. And I have a very strong belief that leadership is taught, not just inherited.
Giuliani stated that people are not born leaders, but rather made into one.
People always ask me, are leaders born or made? And I say they're made. Of course, they have to get born first. But if that happens, which is pretty darn important, then the rest of it is about what you learn, what you choose to focus on. And I think that leadership is something that you can teach, you can learn, and you can improve.
According to Giuliani, there are 6 principles to being a leader. One major principle is to have a goal.
Here's the way to simplify it. The quintessential leader is the captain of a ship. Right? The ship's captain is in charge of the ship. Be a small crew, big crew. For that ship to work as a team, all the people on the crew, the captain has to do at least one thing for sure. The captain has to set a destination. The captain has to say, we're going to Barbados, or we're going to South Africa, or we're going to China. Because the people that are members of the crew will have no idea what to do. They'll have no idea how to participate if the captain hasn't set a direction. They'll be going in all different directions. The ship will be going wherever the winds take it, wherever the waves take it. Doesn't that sound a little bit like kind of modern politics? Hard to have a direction. Government seems to go this way, then it seems to go that way. In large part because right now, maybe because we're going through a presidential election, we don't really have a direction. We don't have a clear set of goals that we're trying to accomplish as a country because we haven't decided on them yet.
Great leaders have shown if you have an idea or dream and try to make it happen, that it can have a great impact on the world. Giuliani gave 2 good examples of this.
I believe that if Ronald Reagan had never lived, communism finally would have imploded. I believe if Dr. King had never lived, eventually we would overcome our racism. But what I believe they were able to accomplish is they were able to get that done in 10 years. Not 50. And do you know how many more people live in freedom as a result of that? I mean, there are people that don't live 50 years. If they got to wait 50 years for freedom, they never get to see it, whether it's in Poland or in the United States. So these are great men who have accomplished great things because they had strong beliefs. Not stubbornly strong beliefs, intelligent strong beliefs that were based on study, based on thinking, based on what they believe in. This is what these years in college should be helping you develop. What do you believe in? What do you want to accomplish? What are you good at?
After the presentation, some members of the audience were willing to share their thoughts.
I did enjoy the presentation, and then mainly what I just touched on is that he had great stories that go along with everything he was trying to teach us about. How he was saying that leadership can be learned. He was teaching us his own life stories, incorporated with other people's stories, and it kind of gave you it was really easy to relate to everything that he was saying, so that's why I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I thought he was a good speaker, and he talked about a lot of key issues which people rarely do think about when it comes to leadership.
I thought it was really good. I really liked how he focused on the leadership part and the fact that a leader is taught and not born.
I thought it was really interesting. I like the fact that he covered leadership, and especially since I'm a senior and going into the real world and getting a job, he kind of helps me, I guess, have more, a better push, I guess, going into the industry, and taught me to have courage.
Just growing up in the generation we've been so experienced with 9/11 and everything like that, and so being able to hear from the mayor at the time was really interesting to me, and I would definitely want to come.
the main reason I wanted to see him was because when he was the mayor during 9/11, and he was just going to have some great experiences and he had great experiences during that time, and that anything that he learned had to be a lot greater than anything that I've done in my lifetime.
I'm a Giuliani fan, and I also really like what he had to say about leadership and the qualities that a leader has to have.
The one question I would ask is, as he was mayor during 9/11, how did he cope with that time and how he pulled through?